Well, hi everybody and good morning. It is Friday, February 16th of 2018 and I'm Lisa and I'm here with my week 51 post-duodenal switch update. So if you saw the title of my video and paid any attention to that whatsoever, I wrote down and weighed. So I'll give you my stats. So I am 49 years old. I am 5'2". I really think I might be just a little taller than that, but I'm going to go with the 5'2" that they say I am. And I started this journey on January 2nd of 2017 at my highest recorded weight of 344.6. And my day of surgery was February 24th, 2017. I weighed in at 308.8. So the last time I weighed in was January 26th. So that was my week 48. And I weighed in at 165.6 on that day. And today I weighed in and I am 166.4. So I've had a what is that? I don't know. Like 0.8, a 0.8 pound weight gain over the last 3 weeks. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this. I'm not happy about that in 3 weeks' time I'm showing a 0.8 gain. However, we're going to be coming up on you know what time. But still, after doing this 3 weeks of no weighing, here's what I've come to realize. I don't like it, number one. Number two is that I think what has happened is I really have no idea what has happened over the last 3 weeks. So I don't have any gauge per se as far as, that first week. Did I have a gain? Did I have a loss? That second week then, did I have a gain or a loss from that week before? Or was I down and now I'm gaining because I'm retaining water? I don't have a good gauge on things because I don't have that weight record once a week to help me to know my, I guess my transitioning, like what is going on. Now, nutrition-wise, I've been pretty good, not great, okay, not fabulous where, my macros are perfect or whatever, but I've been overall pretty darn good. I would say calorically, the last few days I've been on the high end. I'm feeling very, very hungry. And I think, again, it has to do with that female time coming. But I just really feel that probably for the rest of my life, I will be a once-a-week weigher. I need that to really kind of know what's happening with my body. I don't like not knowing why I have a gain of 0.8 and where I was through the last 3 weeks. I don't like that. I don't like the not knowing. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be doing that anymore. So that's that. But it brings my totals to, since surgery, 145.4 pounds, and since, starting the journey on January 2nd of last year, 178.2 pounds. Can I complain? Absolutely not. I will also say something interesting that I've noticed. So my last weigh-in prior to my hip surgery in December was on December 15th, and I weighed 168 pounds on that day. So pretty much if you look at from December 15th to February 16th, so we're talking 2 straight months, I'm only showing a loss of like a couple pounds. I know that there was a whole month in there where I was, my weight was very high because of fluids and whatever. So, then I sit there and I go, I've only lost a couple pounds in a month. And here's how I feel about that. I had to kind of collect my thoughts. I'm actually okay with it. I'm not super okay with it, but I'm okay with it because I really do truly feel that I might be starting to get to the end of my weight loss journey. I am almost a year out. It'll be a year next week. It's my surge anniversary coming up. So it's normal to have this slowdown. I could be in a stall. You know, I never even thought about that I could actually be in a stall. This could be a stall for me. You know, maybe I just need to work through it. I'm anxiously awaiting time when it's warm here again in Illinois and I can start swimming in my pool again. You know, that will help me incredibly. So even though the scale may not really show a huge change, I will tell you that in my body, I am seeing a huge change. I've still never posted any of my nudie pics, and I actually retook them because the last time I took completely unclothed skin flick pics was back in November. And so I actually went ahead and I took new photos, I think like a week ago. And the change between then and now, and back in November when I took those, I was at 176 pounds and now I'm at 166. So we're talking about a 10-pound difference, which is not huge in the grand scheme of things. However, my body has reflected it tremendously. So I think I'm getting close to being ready to post those pictures. I'm just nervous about, you know, posting stuff like that on the internet. Anyway. But yeah, so I've seen a lot of changes in like my size 12 pants that I'm in are very loose. Do I think I could be in a 10? Probably not. I have so much skin that I'm tucking in there. But definitely my pants are way looser. So I know I'm losing inches. And I have to really start to go, I might be getting close to being done. So that's that. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this today. But so the other thing I wanted to touch on a couple other things. I did have my lab work drawn Monday of this week. So I will be, you know, getting my lab results probably in the next 10 days or so before I go to see my surgeon. I see my surgeon the very end of this month. I think my appointment might be the 26th of February for my 1-year appointment. So I'll be anxious to you know, find out about my labs. And then something else that I noticed on my lab form that I hadn't seen before is he actually wants me to get a bone density scan. So I didn't schedule that. So I need to get that done. So I'm going to have that done. And yeah, so I have some things to talk to him about because I want to tell you something that I've been experiencing, and I've talked about it before for the last, you know, I would say a good month and a half, 2 months. And it's getting worse, guys. So, you know, I've talked about my gas issues before. Sorry if this is too much information, but I really think it's important that we talk about openly about what's going on because I actually saw another video this week from someone by the name, she goes by Switched Focus, and I've followed her since I started my journey. She's a couple years out now, and she was also having some massive gastrointestinal issues, and my issues are pretty severe at this point. I mean, we're not talking about my gas is a little stinky. We're talking about my gas is really bad, guys. It's painful, and it doesn't matter if I'm eating good carbs, bad carbs, no carbs. I'm still having that issue. So I actually reached out to her, and you know, one of the things that she mentioned is maybe my bacteria in my gut is off. You know, I was never recommended to take a probiotic by my surgeon's office. So I'm just starting to wonder if maybe things in my digestive tract are kind of screwed up, because I'm having way more issues of needing to use the bathroom during the day, which I never did before. I mean, I would, again, too much information, but I'd have a bowel movement in the morning and that was it. But now often I'm having a second bowel movement later in the day. Again, odor is really awful, but I'm getting this other issue where Kristen from Asta Mas called it bubble gut. And that really is exactly how it feels. I feel so bloated most of the time. And it goes throughout the day. Like in the morning, I'm perfectly fine. I feel good, whatever. I start the day out perfectly fine. By the 2 o'clock hour after I've had lunch and stuff is when it really seems to start. And it just progressively gets worse throughout the day. And so, yeah, I have concerns about that. I don't want to be in public places in the later evening hours because my gas issue is so severe, like so severe. And so I'm going to be talking with my doctor about this. I'm going to be asking them about, will probiotics help? Amy from Switch Focus also mentioned something called Devrom, Devrom. I haven't researched it. I don't know what it is, but she mentioned that some people in the DS community utilize that. I guess they order it off of Amazon. So I'm going to research that a little bit and ask them about that as well. And then she also mentioned something called charcoal capsules that some people are taking for gas odor specifically. So these are all things I want to talk to my bariatric surgeon's office about and see what they have to say, because it's concerning. I don't want to live the rest of my life like that. If I have one thing off, I shouldn't be having this issue. And that's really kind of where I'm at, guys. I mean, if I have some cauliflower, it's going to happen. If I have eggs and bacon, it's going to happen. If I have low carb tortilla, it's going to happen even worse. And it wasn't this way before. So I really do think that there's something going on. I do think it might be my bacteria in my gut. Okay, so enough on that. Another thing I want to ask them about is I want to get the length of my comment channel. So I have a note to ask them. And then finally, I know this is a weird video and I'm talking about a lot of things, but I've tried some things recently and made some recipes recently. So I tried some One bars, and I know that they have malitol, and I know that's a thing that a lot of people are like, they don't want, but I don't use protein bars very often, but I really liked the One bar. I liked the consistency. I specifically liked the Not Your Grandma's Blueberry Cobbler. That one was really good. The cookie dough was just okay. And I did try Quest bar, and I'll be honest with you, I'm so far not excited by a Quest bar. I had a little section of a Quest bar. It's got an odd consistency to me, so that one is not a favorite of mine. But Grace Gets Gastric, she posted pictures, I think it was on Instagram, of a bourbon chicken that she had made. And so I asked her for the recipe, and I made this bourbon chicken in the crock pot. I loved it. My husband loved it. My kids loved it. Now that one is always a true test. My kids loved it. I gave the recipe to my brother-in-law and my mother-in-law. They've made it. They love it. So guys, this bourbon chicken was so simple. It was a couple pounds of chicken and then just a bunch of ingredients that you throw in your crock pot. I substituted, I have some brown sugar stevia that I substituted for the brown sugar in the recipe. Everything else was perfectly fine. And yeah, you just throw it in there and it was so good. I had it with some broccoli, some steamed broccoli, and just kind of like some Asian vegetables. But the rest of my family, I made a chicken fried rice to go with it, and they were so thrilled with it. So Great recipe. If you want the ingredients for it, I think I'll put it in my description under this video. So if you look in the description box, it'll be in there. And then I made a keto, I think it's mixed berry swirl cheesecake from Headbanger's Kitchen. If you don't follow Headbanger's Kitchen on YouTube, I really like him. He makes me laugh, and he's got a lot of great recipes on there. I will say that the flavor of the cheesecake was great. I was thrilled with the whole thing. It's not super labor intensive, but you know, it's got a few different steps to it. My only problem with it is I think my springform pan was way bigger than his, because seriously guys, my cheesecake was maybe a ½ an inch high. So yeah, flavor good. Visually not so much. So yeah, so I think I would definitely need a smaller springform pan for that. And then oh, Kristen sent me all of that stuff from Lecanto for my birthday, right? I tried the chocolate, loved it. The drinking chocolate, oh my. So the drinking chocolate is like an absolute new favorite thing of mine. And I love it in my coffee. I don't need anything else in my coffee other than that. And, you know, I was thinking of other ways. I'm telling you, I could use that and make a chocolate cheesecake, adding some of that. You don't need much because it's very, very strong flavor. So it's not like I would need to add much of that to the batter to make a chocolate cheesecake. Yeah, I love that stuff. And I did try the syrup yesterday. That has incredible flavor. So the Lecanto, hands down, I'm telling you, everything I've tried is phenomenal. So now I get why Kristen was so crazy excited about this stuff. So anyway, so very long video for me, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic week. I will be very curious to see what happens with my weight over this next week and when I weigh in again next Friday. So take care, everybody. Bye. Love ya, and I'll talk to you soon.